FIFA faithful, Bearhamms here with episode 14 of Youth Squad Gods with Northampton Town. It is the Season 2 finale, and before we get into any gameplay, let's take a look at how we did off camera. So we played 4 games, and it did not start out great. We drew against Port Vale 1-1. They had a goal in, I think it was like stoppage time. I was so peeved, and that brought us our lead. We had a 4-point lead on Notts County, and then it went to 2 because they won that game. And then we had the first of our 2 crucial games, Gillingham. We won 3-2. We were down twice in this game, 2 goals from Hanlon at different times, but it was the new guy, Ollie Mason, with a long-distance goal, and then right after that, it was Elliot Collins doing the same thing, and then Federico Aguilera. He didn't start the game, but I subbed him in, and he scored the goal with less than 10 minutes remaining in the game. We got ourselves the 3 points. After that, it was a 0-0 draw against Carlisle, and then another statement game from Federico Aguilera. He had a hat trick in this game. 3 goals, including the penalty, but he should have had 4, honestly. There was a cross in from Davis, and he just ducked for some reason, even though he would have easily headed the ball in because no one was on him. But he was being very selfless, gave it to Downing, and he scored a goal. So yeah, right now, because of Federico Aguilera, we are in the driver's seat with just 3 games left. So you can see we have a 5-point lead on Notts County, and pretty much if we win today's game and they draw or lose, pretty much have the trophy in hand. So it's going to be a really fun episode, unless we totally capitulate. So we'll see how it goes. So here we go. First game against Mansfield Town, a team that was nipping at our heels in the last episode. But due to a poor run of form, they are now down to 4th, and we have 10 points on them. So they're pretty much mathematically out from winning for Edwards today, since we have a bunch of tired players. Who'll get that to Bennett. Bennett's going to have to cut back. Gets a cross in. Ooh, Olkowski. Oh, he was going for the moneymaker. Also, I'll just quickly apologize. I am speaking a little quieter. It is currently 2 in the morning while I record. Just want to be quiet, that's all. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Brown. He's gotten some time off because Ollie Mason has just been doing a crazy job at that CDM role. Oh, Aguilera. Trying to sprinkle one in from distance. Brown. Slips that through. Collins. Easy does it. Elliot Collins, from his sweet spot, drains it from downtown, and in the 50th minute, Elliot Collins gives us the lead. I don't get it. Like, to him, it's just like that spot is just gold. Cuts. Oh, that is a goal. There we go. Federico Aguilera, number 28 in the league. Just needs one more for the 30. And that's O'Neill with his 14th assist. Also, he's leading the league as well. I thought for a second Aguilera was offside. It kind of just, I was waiting for the scoreboard to do something, but it didn't do it. And finally it did so. No! Ah, they took away the goal from him. Shoot. Tyler. Oh, perfect run. Shot. Ah, easy save. O'Neill tried to get it on the bounce, but just couldn't. So I do get the victory. Doesn't look like we win the trophy just yet, but a solid performance by the Cobblers. A beautiful goal by Elliot Collins. And too bad Aguilera's goal didn't count for him. So after 90 minutes, Cobblers 2, Mansfield 0. In the last episode, I did mention I would start taking players out of the youth academy, and because it is the last couple games of the year, I am going to do that. The two players I am going to bring up to the senior team are Andrew McGuinness and Seamus Donaghy. So welcome to the club, Andy and Seamus. This could be the game that we clinch League 2 as we travel the Gresty Road and play Crew Alexandra. Okay. No pressure. Win the game, win the league. Can we hold on to this? There's a cross header. Alright, still got a minute left. Let's see what we can do with this. There we go. So we do lose in the worst way imaginable. But it looks like it doesn't matter. We have won League 2. So I think this might be the trophy raise. I'm not quite sure. Oh, it has to be. They're celebrating this hard. So we'll be Lutweiler picking up the trophy. Oh, no. Oh, okay. So we'll be at home. It'll be for the final game. For the final game of the episode and the final game of the season, we are going to give Seamus Donaghy and Andy McGuinness a run out for the first half as we play rivals Cambridge United. The reason why I'm giving them run outs, both Andy and Seamus, is because for Andy, I want to get him on the payroll this year, so next year I can trade him if that is possible. And then for Seamus, just to get some playing time, because you never know, he might be the starter next year. Good poke. We'll go to Seamus. Seamus. All right, not quite there in the shooting department yet. As I was from distance. We'll give him another opportunity later. Yeah, we're gonna get nothing. So another 0-0 first half. We gave runouts to Donaghy and McGuinness. Weren't too impressive. So we're going to take them out, put Olkowski and O'Neill. And hopefully the scoring will commence. Oh my god, what a terrible cross. O'Neill's able to pick it up. Oh my god. Elliot Collins once again. That's just a sweet spot for him. It's like Steph Curry hitting threes, man. If you want a long shot, you give it to that guy. Will be Olkowski with the assist too, so good start for him. And that is Elliot Collins' 9th goal on the year. And considering he's playing from a holding midfielder spot, that is impressive. Still got about 20 or so minutes. We could possibly get something here. Nope. Tried our best, but there we go. End of Season 2. And what a great way to end it. With the victory, thanks in part to Elliot Collins and another long shot outside the box in his three-point range. It was crazy how different this team was compared to Season 1. Season 1, we were barely scraping by 0-0 draws, 1-1 draws, and I mean, we did lose quite a few games as well. Barely got to that mid-table finish like the board wanted us to. But now, just a year later, guys got better. We brought in some new additions. Federico Aguilera. And now our Canadian captain is going to lift up the League 2 trophy. since the season is over, we are going to take a look at the season awards. We're going to start from player of the competition, and it goes to Mansfield Town's Mamba, which makes no sense to me because Aguilera not only won the Golden Boot, but was also top 10 in assists. And I did not find Mamba in the top 25 for assists. And also Aguilera did win the league. He's the most valuable player of this league. So I disagree with the board's idea for that. Goalkeeper of the tournament, Bronislav Pendrock from Notts County. Makes sense. Aguilera, yes, the top scorer, 27 goals, scored 8 more than the previous person, which was Mamba. Makes no sense. And the team of the competition. I'm expecting Aguilera at least. See what we got. We have... Alright, so it looks like we have Evans, O'Neill, Downing, and Aguilera. So our top 3 forwards feature in the Team of the Year, as well as our center back, Marcus Evans. So good job to you guys. And now what we're going to do is we're going to head straight to the squad hub. We're going to go down the list of players, and I'm just going to talk about them. This is going to be a very long episode, by the way. So we are going to talk about each player. We're going to go start with our goalkeepers. Skulason, 64, gone up by 3. He's going to be our starter next year. He's a scrappy keeper, and I like it. He's inconsistent, but that's kind of the fun of having a guy like him in net. Some days he's really good, some days not so much. Matthias Lund, 65 overall. He's gone up by 4. This might be a guy I sell. I know he's better than Skulason, but I just didn't feel like it whenever I'd have him between the sticks. He just did not perform. And although he did have... How many clean sheets did he have in total? He had 7 in 19 appearances. Skulason's stats are a little skewed because I did loan glitch him, so they kind of got rid of all the stats there. So I will be selling off Lund. Edwards, 64, gone up by 1. We'll see about him. I'm not quite sure if we'll keep him. I mean, he was really good this year. He had his moments. But there is a right back in League One that I'm thinking of picking up that, if I train him in the right spots, will be miles ahead of Edwards. So it'll just have to depend on the transfer window if we keep Declan Edwards or not. Marcus Evans, I mean, he was part of the Team of the Year. There's a reason why. He is a stud, 6'6", gets in the way, blocks some shots. He's a solid co-captain. Then Lewis Bennett, 57, gone up by 3. Jury's still out on him. We'll have to see what happens next year. Might have to put him on loan. Not quite sure. Lutweiler. It's very quiet. Didn't have that many tackles, but helped with a lot of the clean sheets we got this year. I don't know how he'll fare in League One. We'll just have to wait and see about that. If we can get his stats up to about a 70 or so, I think I'll be fine with him, not only in League One but the Championship. It's just that Premier League's going to be difficult. Morgan Brown, he's a solid partner to Elliot Collins, but with the inclusion of Ollie Mason, it's going to be interesting next year. They're gonna duke it out to see who gets that second holding midfielder role. Aston Tilson, Ponytail Tilson, I think I'm going to get rid of. I don't even know why I have him. I think what I'm going to do is just get rid of him and then might add Jamie Hughes from the Youth Academy. We'll just have to wait and see. Another player I am considering getting rid of is Kyle Harkis. In the games I did play him, he didn't feel like a 67. Like whenever I had Lutweiler in the back four, just a heck of a lot better than Harkis. So I think the Canadian did a heck of a lot better than the American, and Also, this guy's on 5,000 wage, which is tied for the highest of the team. So there's another reason why to get rid of him. Ollie Mason. Yes. 6'7". I mean, it says he's a center back, but he also can play CDM, and I think he's better at CDM considering that goal that you saw earlier in the episode. Yeah, he's going to fight it out between Brown and may the best man win. Or even better yet, we just keep both of them as the season progresses. Jordan Davis. Now, I know McGinnis had a heck of a first season, but it was Davis that really showed up in the second half. He's 67, gone up by 10. He's ready for League One action. He's strong, he's quick, can play defense. Yeah, I think he might be our left back going forward. But I'm going to still have McGinnis on there. I did loan glitch him, and maybe it will help him out in the future. Speaking of him, McGinnis, I have been training him. He's up to a 65 now. I'm going to continue to train him along with all the defensemen. Try to have that a sturdy 70 overall group. If I can do that for League One, I think the building blocks are in place for a quick promotion to the championship. He had a heck of a first half of the season. 1 goal, 9 assists. He was unstoppable, but once that second half hit, he kind of got quiet. Didn't have a single assist or a goal. Did play defense. I mean, he did his job, but it just wasn't that extra that we were so used to in the first half. Jonathan Davis, yeah, I think I'm going to get rid of him. I mean, he's been on the team for 2.5 years. He hasn't really grown enough, and it's not really special. Jay Lee, on the other hand, is a different type of animal. I remember first couple episodes of this series, I was so pissed about this guy and his performance. Like, he was just downright awful. I remember editing the episode, and all I had was just Jay Lee mistakes. But now it's the complete opposite. He scored a goal, he's assisted, he's a solid backup CDM when Collins or Brown are tired, and I'm happy to have him on the team next year. Boris Vinsky, yeah, disappointing. I'm selling him right away. As you can see, approached by Millonarios, a Colombian side. I know it's not the most realistic thing in the world, but we're selling him for less than his evaluation, so I'm completely cool with that, and for good reason. Whenever I brought him on, he did absolutely nothing. He was just a waste of space. Petrovsky, 62, gone up by 5. I didn't even train him at all, and he's up by 5, which is really good. But I don't know. I think we'll keep him for next year. But next year will be a you need to perform now type of years, or he's done. Alexander, he'll be gone. Nothing to say. I got him on the transfer list. Elliot Collins. Take a look at his stats here. 9 goals, 5 assists. Doubled his production from last year. And this guy is going to be a staple for this side. Unless a Premier League side comes in or a top 5 European League comes in and tries to swoop him up. He's going to be here for the long run. I can guarantee you that. Scoring long shots like that, mwah, beautiful. Next guy, Andy O'Neill. Another guy I just want to keep until the very end. Had a heck of a sophomore season, 5 goals, 13 assists. I mean, think about it. That left side alone, O'Neill and McGinnis, together combined for 22 assists. I mean, that first half was awesome with those two. I didn't have to worry about who had the ball. Just as long as they were crossing it, it was going to go to Aguilera, and it was going to go in. So, yeah. Nothing but praise for Andy O'Neill. And I don't know. We'll see in the future. He might find himself the captain's armband. Another Andy that's Irish. Andy McGinnis. Kind of looks like Corey Feldman without the long greasy hair and the terrible singing. 59 overall, hasn't moved up by much. Yeah, I'm going to try to sell this guy as soon as possible. I really have no use for him, considering that his potential is so low. Yeah, there's really no place for him on the side. Ooh, the Dragon Dragic. It says on like the training thing that he does have potential, but I don't know how much. And it's taken him so long to grow, I just don't know. Like, he didn't score at all. I want to keep him. I want him to be like my mini Modric, kind of a guy in the midfield. He's quick too, so I might put him on the wing. I don't know, we'll just have to wait and see. But I will keep him for next year, just to see what his potentials are. Once he hits that 60 and we can figure out what he's all about, then we'll decide if we'll keep him or not. Because I think he might be an exciting prospect. I'm not too sure. Olkowski took a reduced role. Instead of being striker, he went back to cam, and that was the best move for him. Although his stats did go down a bit from 9 goals to 4. I want this guy for the rest of the series at cam. It doesn't matter that he's producing or not. All that matters is he's getting the ball to everyone. Like, if they counted hockey assists, this guy would at least have double-digit assists. Like, he's kind of that guy behind the scenes that makes everybody look good. And yeah, I'm going to keep him next year. And I'm going to figure out how to pronounce his first name. That's going to be a challenge, but I'm up for a challenge. Ewan Young, I did not sign him to a new contract, and I'm just going to keep it that way. I'm going to release him just to open up some space for new players coming in next year. Same too for Marcus Moore. I love his troll doll hair, but again, he's just not growing fast enough, and he has no potential too, so sorry Marcus, you're gonna have to go. And now we get to the fun part, the strikers. Nick Wilson up to a 62. It's moved up by 5. Remember, I did train him a little bit just to get to the 60. He is showing great potential. He did score a goal in the FA Cup, and he did have some flashes of brilliance during some league games. So I am going to keep him. He might be that backup cam behind Olkowski, and he could be that backup striker behind Aguilera. And if Aguilera does get sold, I know I've referenced it a lot, but if Aguilera does get sold, I mean, he's going to be the number 1 guy to replace him. So I'm keeping him just in case for that. He's sort of an insurance policy. And we'll just have to see where it goes from there. I am going to keep him. That's about it. I am so happy this guy worked out. Federico Aguilera, 71, gone up by 9. Kid was dynamite this year. Like, had a couple games with hat tricks, and then had probably one of the more beautiful goals I have ever scored in a FIFA game. He's got the goods. He's got the goods. And I'm going to try to fight tooth and nail to keep this guy. I am hoping to God a big team doesn't come up next season and go, hey, we'll take him for $5 million. Please don't. I don't want any offers from a Premier League team or a top 5 European team next year. Please don't. What we could also do as well, this might not be the best thing in the world, but we could sell him to a championship side. And if we sell him to a championship side, we'll just have to wait until we get to the championship, which will only be like a year or 2. So we could snag him up like that and then continue to move forward. But I think my main plan for keeping him for as long as we can. And this will be the player that I will loan glitch. But this time I will loan glitch him during the summer so we can keep his stats all set and ready to go. So that is Federico Aguilera. We just got 3 players left. You did see Donaghy play. It's okay. Still has a lot to improve. I think I might be training him a lot next year. Might put him on loan too. Not too sure. Mackenzie, he didn't play too much, so I'm not going to talk about him. Luke Downing, he improved. He really improved from last year. I think more than doubled the amount of goals he had. Kind of doubled the assists he had as well. Still, he's only 5'5", but he can jump like a salmon and get those goals with his head. And I'll try to keep him for as long as possible too. He's been a solid player, and I think with him, Aguilera, and O'Neill next year in the not the championship, but League One, I think there's not going to be a difference. They're going to be scoring goals left and right, and it's going to be great. So that is the team. I don't think, is there anything else I need to talk about? I don't really think so. What I could do quickly is, yeah, I'm going to do that quick. I'm going to go to other leagues. We're going to look at only the English leagues. We'll go to the Premier League. It looks like Swansea will be going down with Huddersfield and Stoke. We'll also take a look at the Championship to see which 3 teams will be playing next year. It looks like it'll be Portsmouth, Rotherham, and Birmingham. So we'll get to play at a real stadium in Fratton Park. And then we'll take a look at League One. See what teams are going down. Looks like Exeter, Fleetwood, Colchester, and Blackpool. So that is how the teams fared in England. And I think that will be it for Season 2. It's a great season. A lot of players came out of their shells and perform at the highest level they possibly could. And I am super excited for next year. So this will be the end of the episode. I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as you did playing it. This has been Bearhamms, and as always, toodaloo.